While everyone is in an uproar about who can bleed and who can't, men have become so obsessed with women that they want to turn into one.
Okay.
And I find it quite flattering that womanhood seems so great to you guys.
No, we can't be obsessed and become anything that we already are. We already are neurologically. We don't want to turn into anything, or we're not obsessed with anything. We want to align with who we already are neurologically, darling.
Y'all know me, you may not like what I gotta say, but I'ma say it anyways.
Oh, you so hostile, sis. Calm down. Calm down, sis. Calm down. The womanhood ain't going nowhere, okay, darling? Your womanhood is not going nowhere.
In recent conversation, there's been a lot of uproar between trans women and real women. In my opinion, I think the most misogynistic thing that a man can do is reject his biology as a man and go into women-dominated spaces telling other women how he's a better woman than them because it's based off of his feelings.
Baby, I don't know no trans women that I know of that's walking around here trying to live in their life, trying to just be better than a biologically born woman. Y'all out of blueprint, baby. I don't know. I'm trying to see where this logic coming from. I'm not saying in every community there's always rotten apples. Let's just keep it 100 because I'm a 100 type of bitch. But we just trying to live. So I don't know this rhetoric where it's like, oh, we just want to be. No, baby. We just want to be ourselves and live comfortably in our skin and align with how we feel on the inside. The best that we can, the closest that we can to who we are neurologically, like I said, because who we are is a neurological issue. That's what y'all don't. Y'all keep talking about penis and all this other stuff and what we was born with, baby, which we already know. We can't erase that, just like we can't erase who biologically born women are. But what I'm telling you is, y'all need to do y'all research because this is a neurological thing for us. This is about alignment, baby.
Of how he perceives a woman to be while walking in society, emulating what he believes a woman looks like by replicating other women. When we're discussing womanhood, I cannot go to another woman and ask her what it feels like to be a woman because being a woman is not a feeling.
You are absolutely correct, sis. It's not a feeling, and I'm going to prove to you why. It's definitely not. It's a neurological fact. Yes, we were born male at birth, darling, but neurologically we were born female. And I know some of y'all ain't ready for it. Some of y'all ain't ready. But you cannot argue with science. If y'all mad, honey, go be mad at these damn scientists that done already proved that our brains are literally doing the same thing y'all brains are doing. Biologically, yes, we were born male. But, honey, if we were born male and our brains is literally giving off signals as a female, then, honey, what does that make us? A woman, a different type of woman. We're not trying to be biologically born women, darling. That's what y'all don't understand. We're not trying to be y'all. We don't want y'all, period. Everybody's not the same. I know I'm not. I'm fine with who I am, but this is about alignment for us. Yes, just like you got a perspective and y'all got a perspective, darling, I got one too. And the only difference is that you was born with a vagina and ovaries, and we was born with a penis and testicles, okay? But it's very, very possible to be born in the wrong body. And y'all be the same ones to believe that Jesus walked on water and that Jonah got swallowed up in the belly of a damn whale. But y'all can't fix y'all brains to understand that some of us are born in the wrong body. Some of us, our brains are literally trapped in the wrong vehicle. We're not in alignment. It's incongruence.
However, being a woman, I absolutely am subjected to my reproductive organs that identify me as a woman. And saying that doesn't mean that I'm less than a woman. It just means that that is the beginning of my woman origin and my woman experience. And for the women who can't have a baby, we still recognize those women as women because they do have the reproductive organs to do so. However, we also understand that something is medically wrong with them.
Yes, and something is medically wrong with us. Technically, I guess it depends on how you look at it, but scientifically, it's called gender dysphoria, darling. We suffer with that, and this is our experience. So our experience neurologically as a woman is just as valid as yours as a biological cis woman.
I will give credence to the fact that women are not the only people who have a period if we're identifying them that way, because non-binary people or trans men actually can also have a period.
Right, which is what the trans woman that went viral was trying to say. To the people out there who didn't watch the whole video, she was basically saying that trans men have periods as well, and that y'all are not the only ones who have periods. So you can't gatekeep it. I guess that's what she was trying to say.
But at the basis of it, we call those biological women.
See, the problem is y'all so stuck on biology that y'all actually forget about neurobiology. You have brain and then you have body. Just like your brain makes things function, you have different parts of your body that makes things function. The way our brain thinks is not the same way a cisgender male's brain operates. The way transgender neurobiology is set up, it's not the same as if it was a cisgender male who is maybe straight or even gay. Their brain does not operate like a trans brains operate. And this has been studied scientifically. Neurobiology is what y'all need to be paying attention to, not biology, since y'all want to be stuck on the fact that y'all have a vagina and we have a penis. That might be true, but guess what? The neurobiology aspect of who we are is just as important, and y'all keep leaving that out.
However, when you're talking about trans women, we understand that that is something that biologically impossible you cannot do. The power struggle here that comes into play is when there is a very small minority of people imposing onto a larger group of people that are telling them what they would like to be called, how they would like to be treated.
Like black people want to be treated better by white racist people? Yes, sis.
How they would like to be pronounced and how they would like to be identified, but then you're imposing terminology onto them that they have yet to accept. So I must appease your feelings, calling you by the pronouns that you identify with as, because you have chose to make this decision about putting on a wig and putting on nails and putting on a dress.
So is that all a woman is? Is that your definition of a woman? Nails, wig, and a dress, first. And secondly, no, darling, this has nothing to do with y'all appeasing our feelings. It's about simple respect and humanity. We all deserve respect, whether you agree or not. That's what it's about. So carry the hell on.
However, when I tell you I reject terms like birthing person or breastfeeder or real woman or biological woman or cisgendered woman,
I don't know too many people that's walking around calling biological women breastfeeders and all this other stuff. Maybe some people might have said it. I don't know. And birthing person and all the bleeder. I don't know. But I'm not going to call no biological woman no bleeder. I know they're biological women. So I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know. I know I've heard it. I have heard it. But I don't know no trans women walking around this bitch calling biological women bleeders. Like, I don't see that.
At this point, then I should just understand and accept it because science says so. But science also says that the basis of your DNA, you are biologically a male. So why are we not listening to science all the way across the board?
All the way across the board. All the way across the board. See, it's not a fact until you have considered all evidence. So this is the part I wanted to expound on right here, since you want to talk about science, sis. Let's go a little bit deeper when it comes to science.
What's the neurobiology of that? And this was a study done by some superb neuroanatomists looking at transsexuals. And what they showed was very interesting, which was very, very reliably and a very powerful effect what you would see in their large sample size of transsexuals' brains post-mortem was people would have this part of the brain the size not of their sex that they were born with, but rather of the sex they insisted they always actually were.
Let's get into it, because what I'm trying to tell y'all is that y'all so on the surface till it's unreal. Y'all want to be on the surface so bad, but you're leaving out other facts that have been explored. And like I said, all facts are not facts until all evidence has been explored. He's basically telling y'all that something else is going on in our brains. And I've been studying this for a long time, so he's not lying. It's factual. You can look it up yourself. We all start out as female in the womb anyway, so I don't know.
Niggas calling me a tranny, but they was a tranny too. We all was a female before we came out of the womb.
That's right. You heard it right. We all were females before we came out of the womb. It's real. Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm teaching today. Let's get back to it, because I'm sick of this shit.
Immediate questions one must ask. Okay, well, maybe this is due to the fact that when people change gender, transsexual procedures, there's a whole lot of hormones involved, and maybe that's doing something to this part of the brain. Critical control that they had was this was looking both at transsexuals who had made gender changes and those who went to their deathbed saying, this is not the sex that I am, I got the wrong body, but never made the change. It wasn't a function of having actually gone through the transition and the endocrine manipulations with it. Another control they had, which was looking at men who would get a certain type of testicular cancer where they would have to be treated with certain feminizing hormones. In other words, very similar to some of the endocrine treatments of male to female transgender individuals, and post-mortem, you didn't see the changes there. It has nothing to do with the hormones. It had to do with the person insisting from day one that they got the wrong body. And this was a landmark study, fabulously well done and controlled, and replicated once since then, showing that what transsexualism used to be thought of is that people who think that they're a different gender than they actually are. What this study suggests is what transsexualism is about is people who got the wrong gendered body. And these are people who are chromosomally of one sex. In terms of their gonads, they're of that sex. In terms of their hormones, they're of that sex. In terms of their genitalia and their secondary sexual characteristics, they're of that sex. But they're insisting that's not who I really am. This part of the brain agrees with them.
So is it making sense? Am I making sense? Because I know y'all gonna try to come and y'all gonna try to twist it because y'all y'all holding on to y'all womanhood so damn hard, and I don't understand it because that should be nothing. No trans woman, nobody should be able to shake you to the core that bad to make you feel like your womanhood is up for grabs, or like somebody gonna take your womanhood for you, because can't nobody take your womanhood. We are not qualified to take your womanhood. We're not trying to take your womanhood from you. I know I'm not, and the people I see out here trying to live, they ain't trying to take. We not trying to take nothing from y'all. It's literally a mismatch with our body. And what this man is talking about is pure facts. And I felt this from when I was a child. I felt this what man that you know, a man that's straight, that'll put on a wig, they're a man. They brain ain't doing what this man is saying that our brains are doing. It's different. That's why I said people need to look more into neurobiology, because it's deeper. It's deep. And I don't think y'all ready. Because like I said, y'all on the surface and y'all in y'all ego. If y'all can just come down and do y'all own research for yourself, I think y'all will understand a little bit more. And you will see that the war really it's not with us. Y'all need to be at war with these people who study in our brains, and the neurobiologists and the people who are looking deeper into this shit to figure out why we're trans. Because this shit is very real. And I knew, like I said, from when I was a child, baby, that something was different about me. I don't want to say something was wrong with me, but I guess, like I said, depending on how you look at it, because, I was born in a male's body, but I'm telling you, and I know that my brain has always been not male. It's always been this way. So I'm rolling with neurobiology. Because he's confirmed it, and all of the research I've done has confirmed it as well. So everything I felt as a child all the way to present, he's confirming it. So I'm rolling with neurobiology.
Also, very interestingly, that study was done by the same Dutch scientists who did this one. Again, this is very complex terrain in terms of what these things wind up implicating. Nonetheless, this is a subject with all sorts of realms of implications.
So let's go to another study real quick, and after this, I'm done. Y'all can take and say whatever y'all want to say about it, but I'm rolling with neurobiology. That's first, and that's really the end. I ain't gonna keep dragging this shit. I'm just really tired of the war between trans women and biological women. To me, I feel like we're all women in our own way. We're a different type of woman. We will never be biological women. We're trans women. Transgender women.
Additional study about transsexualism. Okay, how many of you know about phantom limb syndrome? Okay. You are a guy with a penis, and you get a certain type of penile cancer, and what's often done is your penis is excised, it is cut off, and about 60% of men who've had to have their penises removed because of cancer there wind up getting phantom penile sensations, which I don't want to know about. What you see, though, is when you take transgendered individuals who go from male to female, in other words, as part of it, having their penises removed, 0% rate of penile phantom sensation. Suggestion being that there is something much more normal in that case than when a penis is being removed for cancer. A whole new area of research, very novel, very challenging.
And since everyone has such an issue with understanding just hilarious, let me go ahead and put my cape on, because I think I could break it down for you a little bit more.
And you can take that cape right back off, because what it was covered in, that cape was covered in, it seemed like an undertone of hate. Like, I don't understand. And it was giving very much an undertone of, don't take my womanhood away from me. Stop. Don't take my womanhood away from me. No. I'm angry. I'm upset because, I already have to compete with regular biological women. And now trans women are showing up with ass and titties and hips and a beautiful face. And now we got to compete with y'all. No, y'all are going to take our womanhood away from us. No, I'm about to die. I'm about to melt. I'm melting. That's what it was giving. Because if we going to be fair, most of the time it seemed like hell, y'all don't even want to be real biological women. Real women, as y'all say. So y'all keep talking about womanhood and periods and all this other stuff. And sometimes y'all don't even stand with y'all own kind. Sometimes y'all don't even like y'all don't even like yourselves. Y'all can't even get along amongst each other. Real biological women, what I'm saying. So I can understand how y'all could see us coming along and then y'all got a problem with it. You know what I mean? I know it ain't everybody, because there are some allies out there, and I want to thank the real allies out there that stand with the community. But some of y'all, I don't know. It's giving very much hatred, disgust. Hell, I was in the comments on T.S. Madison Instagram, and people was coming at me saying I was evil, I was the devil, I got a homosexual spirit on me, which I'm not homosexual, I'm a transgender woman. Please don't ever get it twisted. Like I said, can't nobody define me but Sunkee herself. But it's just the fact that y'all don't know me. Like I said, I love biological women. I love women in general. Not in a way that I'm attracted to them, but I love the aesthetic of women. That's something that we're replicating, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's just like, I just don't like the fact that it's so much drama between us, because we got a lot more in common. They trying to take rights away from biological women and trans women. We got a lot more in common than y'all think. We need to be trying to overthrow the ones who come up for all our ass when they trying to take our goddamn rights away from all of us. That part.
It's very disingenuous for you to overshadow that woman's feelings in regards to her womanhood when she actually has given birth to a baby, which biologically that does make her a woman. However, you decided to discuss her looks and says that she looks like a trans person, while you're also attempting to advocate for trans people. It's giving inherent transphobia.
But who said that? Because I never heard that. Because we all heard her say out of her mouth that somebody mistakenly thought that she was transgender. Okay? And if you are referring to T.S. Madison, she was only reiterating what she said.
Also, to resurface the interview where she's relaying her experience of a man DMing her thinking that she was a trans woman to have sex with her probably offended her, because she's an actual woman, and it should be more of a slight to trans people considering the fact that that person has a fetish and just wanted to sexualize you and use you as an inanimate object.
That's really funny, because I find it so strange that women in general are used as objects. Like, they objectify all types of women in general. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about with that girl, okay?
As a black woman, we have to be extremely mindful of how we attach ourselves to other intersectional groups when it comes to their issues, because we're always the first to remind people nobody respects us and nobody protects us, but we're the first to jump into the line of fire when other people need a defense.
And how many of y'all jump into the line of fire when black trans women are being killed? And how many defenses did y'all come to? Because it's real quiet. We can hear a rat piss on cotton when one of us get murdered and took out. Yeah. When it's a biological woman, a real woman, and a biological black male or a male, here go us little bitty marginalized group of people coming to y'all defense and walking in the streets with signs and got our hands up in the air, pumping our fists up in the air, talking about hands up, don't shoot. And when it's a trans woman who got murdered, y'all be quick to say, oh, y'all tricked them. It's because y'all tricked them, knowing goddamn well a lot of men, a lot of black men specifically, seek out trans women. Let's keep it 100. It is what it is. Y'all might not want to hear it, but the fact of the matter is this is reality, and it's going to be a slap in the face for a lot of y'all. Like I said, y'all don't really want the truth. Y'all want to lie. A lot of your cousins, your brothers, your daddies, your uncles, yeah, and your boyfriends. You probably don't even know some of them creeping late at night hunting with trans women, okay? And then they resort to try to kill so that they secret and they tea won't get out. The tea y'all talk about, so it won't get out. Because when it get to y'all gonna spill it and y'all gonna burn them to the ground, because now y'all know the truth and y'all wasn't ready for it. Baby, look. Women are being killed. Trans women are being killed. But right now, trans women are the most targeted. Okay, so what you talking about, sis? I don't know what you trying to get at, but at the end of the day, honey, we all literally damn near fighting the same struggle. So what you saying, we might as well join together. We might as well.
So here's a few things to remember when you're talking allyship. They're always present when it's time to give the tea.
We give the tea because y'all want it.
Or bash heterosexual men.
And then when y'all find out the tea that y'all don't want to hear, then y'all go bashing and making it hard for that same heterosexual man that you talking about. Yeah. Y'all want the truth, but y'all really don't want the truth. Y'all really want to lie, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, y'all, somebody feel me.
And amplify any bad experience that we've had in regards to our relationship issues. But anytime it's time to help these children and provide for them or be a better role model or even your protection, they are nowhere to be found. Not saying that there is an agenda, but I will say for a very small group of people who seem to not have any effect on anybody, when their issues come up in conversation, they're making a huge ruckus, and their representation comes at the basis of overshadowing other marginalized people.
based on your perception, and it really stops at you. That's in your head. We fight for representation because at one point, I guess y'all feel this way because y'all so used to us, being in the closet, being in the shadows, and now we're in a time now, where things are more inclusive, and now trans women are stepping into power. So nobody is trying to overshadow other marginalized groups of people. Baby, a lot of trans people are fighting for their goddamn life. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that. So all these different ideas that y'all keep coming up with to try to put us down and to try to keep us in our place, baby, please know that at the end of the day, we're human beings and we're going to fight and we're going to stand up for what it is that we believe in. And honestly, the way some of y'all black folks come for black trans people, hell, y'all might as well be the new KKK the way y'all be coming for our throat. We damn sure ain't never came for y'all as bad as y'all the way y'all be trying to come for us. Like, it's crazy as hell. Y'all don't, that's why I call y'all trans supremacists, because baby, y'all are white racist people trapped in black bodies, because that's what it's given. And I never understand it. Y'all should be the first ones to understand. But since y'all don't, it's bitches like me that's gonna make shit plain. I don't care if I gotta make an hour-long video. I'm gonna speak my mind and speak my truth, because I know somebody gonna hear me. Yeah, so like I said, I'm sticking with neurobiology because it makes sense to me. I've done a lot of research on it, and it affirms and make me feel good about my transness. And ain't nobody gonna take that away. I don't care how much y'all get down in the comments and try to say, oh, you're still a man. Okay, yeah, whatever. At the end of the day, we ain't hiding that. They know, and these niggas know too. So we ain't hiding that. We know we are trans. That's what trans means, transition, that's what it is, okay? At the end of the day, I love women. I can't take nothing away from a woman. I'm not trying to take nothing from a woman. How the hell can we take something from y'all out of blueprint, baby? Like, no, I don't understand why people are that shook. Like, if you know who you are, stand in that. Like, nobody should be able to shake that. Because ain't nobody shaking shit over here. And I advise all trans women to be unshakable as well. I'm me, and I'm gonna be me till the day I leave here. Now I'm out.